What's up, YouTube? This is Sly8Fry here. Another react to another Jonathan Pie video. It seems my Jonathan Pie videos are doing a little better than my other reacts, so I think I'm going to keep it going with these. Plus, Jonathan Pie is just so much fun to watch. I'll definitely get I'll definitely have more of a reaction to them.
An emboldened president, fresh from being exonerated in his Senate trial, appeared to snub the outstretched hand of Mrs. Pelosi, who in turn ripped up a copy of his speech. Let's take a look.
I guess we could look at the footage.
These are the most powerful politicians on the planet. You know, I'm not shaking your hand. Fuck you, fatty. Right, I'm going to give the Medal of Freedom to a bigoted radio host. Not because he deserves it, but because it will really piss off snowflake liberals. Medal of Freedom to Rush Limbaugh. That's like giving a knighthood to Jimmy Savile. Or something even more ridiculous, like a peerage to Nicky Morgan. Using his State of the Union to troll liberals. It's classic Trump. Smug.
I didn't watch his State of the Union, but that's pretty fucked up.
He's got a face you want to throw a cup of hot sick over, but my God. What I don't get about this whole thing is if this impeachment was all a hoax and no one did anything wrong, why wouldn't you want to hear from witnesses who would exonerate the president beyond any doubt? You know, witnesses who have worked closely with the president and seen up close how he runs the country. Why wouldn't you want them to talk honestly under oath?
Exactly.
Dodgy as fuck. You know, first, there was definitely no quid pro quo. Then it may have been a quid pro quo, but nothing to do with getting Trump re-elected. And then, their final defense, it was a quid pro quo, it was to help Donald Trump get re-elected, but if President Trump getting re-elected is in America's best interests, then illegally getting someone to interfere in that election isn't technically illegal because it's in the national interest. Essentially, their defense was, yeah, he did it. So what? It's quite a legal precedent, really. You know, if from now on, all you have to do to be acquitted is to simply admit you did it. Yeah, not. Hello, Fred West. Yeah, just some routine questions. They're under the patio. Fucking shitloads of them. Oh, okay. Thank you for your time. The reason they...
Is Fred West, like, a pedophile or something? Was he referring to kids or something? I don't know who Fred West is, but that's pretty... Wow.
Didn't want a proper trial is when anyone who has had any dealings with the Trump administration has been anywhere near the law courts, they've gone to prison for massive federal crimes. Roger Stone, Michael Cohen, Paul Manafort, Rick Gates, Michael Flynn, George Papadopoulos. You work for Trump, you either end up in prison or you come out the other side going, he's a fucking nut job. To anyone who can see it, Trump is quite clearly a liar, as well as a clueless, morally bankrupt fuckwit. But to anyone who can't see it, there is seemingly nothing he can do that will change their mind. Nothing.
I've noticed that. It's scary.
Evangelical Christians spouting family values, but falling over themselves to support a man who lied about paying off a porn star. In fact, the person who paid off the porn star on his behalf is now in prison. They're all in fucking prison. And the only reason Trump isn't in prison right now is because he's the president of the United States. It's almost as if Republican senators were scared that if they let people like John Bolton testify, then they might have no choice but to convict the president. And they just really don't want to do that, you know? Because, you know, a lot of them are up for re-election this year.
Yeah.
What a difference 4 years makes. You know, last election, they were fucking queuing up to call him a misogynist and a racist and unfit for office. But now, you know, you want to keep your seat, you keep quiet, you suck his cock, you keep your head down, so to speak. But, you know, say anything bad about the president, he will ruin you. Usually by giving you a smart and witty nickname on Twitter like Lying Mike or Sleepy Bob. It's what he does best, trolling people. His entire presidency is one big troll. And he looks like a troll. A fat, yellow, tiny-cocked troll in a suit. Yes, thank you.
With that hair,
so the president officially exonerated. Where does this leave the Democrats? Well, I spoke earlier to
Wow. I never even thought about that. If you really think about it, make the comparison with that ridiculous hair he has, he kind of does look like one of those little trolls. But in all seriousness, wow. The way I see it is the United States is completely broken. It's broken. Trump, I am 100% sure was guilty. And I think most people are sure he's guilty, unless you're a Trump supporter, and every single one of them will say that he's not. To a Trump supporter, in their eyes, Trump has never done any wrong and can never do wrong, no matter what he does. I actually would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Trump could get away with ordering the murders of 100 U.S. citizens. I mean, it would be absolutely wrong what he did, but somehow he'd be acquitted. And the only people who'd get in trouble would be his Secret Service and other staff who actually committed the actions that Trump ordered them to do. It sickens me. It's absolutely disgusting. This shouldn't be happening. Now we have a president who is above the law. And you know, even after all that happened, even if he did, even if he did go so far to order the assassination of 100 U.S. citizens, which I'm sure he's not going to do, but I'm just saying, he probably could get away with that, which is disgusting. But even if he did, Trump supporters would still defend him. There is literally nothing he can do wrong in their eyes. Literally nothing. And no matter what you say to them, they will never listen. That's why a lot of people who aren't Trump supporters, which actually is most people actually, even though Trump won the election in 2016, still more people don't support him than actually support him. It's just when it comes to voting, it's a different story. But fact of the matter is, you can never convince a Trump supporter to not be a Trump supporter. No matter what evidence you present to them, they're going to either say fake news, or they're going to come up with an excuse as to why it's okay, or why he was right to do this. He is in the same party as the corrupt senators that take up the majority of the Senate. They want to keep him in power because they want to keep their party in power. They don't care about the American people. They just care about keeping power. Just like Trump does. This ruling during the impeachment just proved that as long as you're the same party as the corrupt majority in the government, you can get away with anything. It sickens me.